Hey everybody, this is Tony, Tainted Lord A7, and this is going to be a small playlist of albums that I'll be spinning this week. It's going to be a mix of heavy metal, some thrash metal, and some death metal. And if you're a fan of all three, then stick around and hopefully everyone enjoys this small little playlist that I have in store for this week. So let's begin. The first album is from a band that I think I did show off in a previous video, but I'm I just want to listen to them again because they kick ass. And that's Spellcaster, Night Hides the World. Just a solid heavy metal album through and through with some absolutely killer riffs, amazing solos, and some spectacular vocals. Yeah, this band definitely reminds me of the 80s heavy metal glory days, and Spellcaster, Night Hides the World really embodies that 80s heavy metal feel. Just a really excellent release from a band that I just recently found out split up not too long after this was released, which is sad and unfortunate. But if you're into some badass heavy metal, you can't go wrong with Spellcaster. And the album Night Hides the World. Just an excellent release from this band. Definitely check them out. Okay, the next band and album that I'm going to show off is, well, they don't really get talked about, and I don't ever see anyone ever mention or bring this band up, but they're really good, and that band in question is Resurrection Kings. Now, Resurrection Kings are like a heavy metal hard rock band who definitely sounds like they came from the 80s. Like, if I dare say it, it really does remind me of Dio. Maybe not vocally, but musically, it just reminds me of something Dio or Ronnie James Dio would have came up with back during the 80s. Like, this album is chock full of 80s hard rock, heavy metal riffs, and a vocalist whose singing is just really powerful, just amazing, just spectacular, and just demands your attention. And if you're some, and if you want riffs, this album definitely has goddamn riffs. Very heavy and just crushingly good, and definitely reminds me of the '80s. And yeah, for some reason, this this band definitely reminds me of Ronnie James Dio's '80s stuff, but that's just me. That's just how I felt when I was listening to this. But yeah, Resurrection Kings and the self-titled album is just a excellent band and album to check out if you're into some 80s inspired heavy metal hard rock sound. Really good stuff, and definitely recommend check out Resurrection Kings. Really excellent stuff. Okay, the next two albums are from the same band, and this is from an 80s thrash metal legend that everybody should know. The first one is Overkill in the classic 80s album The Years of Decay. Just a crushingly classic thrash metal album from the 80s. Overkill's 80s stuffs are absolutely legendary, and The Years of Decay is no different. Like I said, this is a legendary album from a band that's been going on for so long, and they have a sound that they never change. Like, you know what to expect, you know what they sound like, and they deliver. If you want some badass thrash metal with some crazy ass riffs and maniacal vocals, you can't go wrong with Overkill. And The Years of Decay is a solid thrash metal album from the 80s. Good stuff. Definitely recommend check out Overkill's The Years of Decay if for some reason you never heard it. And now some later day overkill with The Grinding Wheel. Yeah, The Grinding Wheel is another banger of an album from Overkill. This late in their career and still putting out some solid thrash metal, and this album is no different. The Grinding Wheel is just a solid, crushingly good thrash metal album through and through. You know what to expect, and they deliver. Overkill are pretty much one of the best thrash metal bands that's going on today. And The Grinding Wheel is definitely a band. Well, The Grinding Wheel is definitely an album that I recommend checking out if you want some solid, heavy thrash metal. So, yeah, Overkill's The Grinding Wheel. An excellent release. Okay, next up is Deicide in the latest album, Banished by Sin. Sorry for the glare, but what can I do? But yeah, Deicide's Banished by Sin. Just a very solid death metal album from a band that's still going on and still going strong, delivering some really damn good death metal in this day and age. I think with Deicide, you kind of know what to expect and you know what they sound like, and on this album, they deliver. This is a very solid death metal album from Deicide. So, yeah, Banished by Sin by Deicide. An excellent death metal album from a band that's still going on to this day. Really excellent stuff. And the last album that I'm going to be spinning for this week is Decapitated. Carnival is Forever. Um, when it comes to Decapitated's discography, I feel like this album doesn't get talked about enough. I think this was like a return to form after like a lengthy hiatus, I believe. But this is a just a crushing death metal release. You know, the riffs are heavy and in your face, and the vocals are just absolutely intense. And Decapitated's Carnival is Forever. It's just an excellent release from a band who pretty much survived from tragedy and still ending up putting on some really good stuff. And yeah, Carnivores Forever is just an awesome death metal album from Decapitated. Excellent stuff. And that's pretty much it. That's my playlist for this week. And hopefully everyone enjoys it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And don't know when my next video is going to be, but hopefully everyone enjoys this one. Thanks for watching.